A very good morning to everyone present here. I, Kritika, would like to start the knowledge session Teamwork and Inclusive Collaboration. Teamwork and inclusive collaboration are key elements in today's successful workplaces. Teamwork brings diverse minds together to achieve shared goals. Inclusive collaboration ensures every voice is heard and valued. Together, they build trust, improve productivity, and drive innovation. SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization, is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship through our initiative, Digisaksam. We have sorry, we have created training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling, upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with banks to place over 15,000 candidates in job. This session is collaborative, organized by SAM's Web Solution in a dynamic and innovative enterprise dedicated to transforming the way business and individuals achieve their goals across staffing, skilling, advisor service, and admission services. Found with a vision to bridge gaps in talent, technology, and education. SAM's Web Solution is committed to delivering exceptional value to our client through integrated, customized, and forward thinking solution. At SEMS Web Solution, we don't just deliver services, we have created pathways to success. So, we are truly honored to welcome Ms. Arleen Kaur, who is a passionate trainer who enjoys helping people learn languages and become confident speaker. She trained students in English, French, personality development, and public speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for the introduction. I really appreciate the opportunity that is given to me by SEMS Foundation. And I would like to start with my presentation, and I hope it helps to the other people as well. So, shall I start? Okay. So, I welcome you all in today's session that is teamwork and inclusive collaboration, building stronger, smarter teams together. Okay, so the contents that we will be discussing about today is what is teamwork, benefits of teamwork, real life example of teamwork, and followed by an activity, barriers to teamwork, inclusive collaboration, inclusive communication tips, and how to promote inclusive collaboration, followed by traits of inclusive team member and the Q&A session with everybody. So now, before proceeding further, let's start with what is teamwork. The collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal efficiently and effectively is known as teamwork. So it's not just working in a group, it's working together. And I is replaced with we, and everyone plays a crucial role in maintaining a team because every effort and every small effort contributes. For example, a cricket team does not win because one player scores a century. It wins because everyone plays their part. So in a cricket team, if you see that there are multiple players there in the ground, and not it depends upon the collective effort of a team, not on a single player who's being scored six or more runs. So that is how team plays an important role. So talking about an corporate example, let's move with the TCS example. So TCS team often include designers, coders, and testers from different cities. They plan, build, fix, and deliver projects together, even from miles apart. So it's a company, it's an organization where they are providing a platform with everyone like designers, coders, and testers across the world. And they plan, they build the projects together, even if they are miles apart. So I would like to ask a question from all. Like, can you describe teamwork in one word? Like, is there anything or like what comes in your mind once whenever you heard this term, teamwork?
It's a collection of
Cooperation.
activities.
Yes,
Collection of activities in a group where the members know their task in that particular group, what activities they have to do, and they achieve a common goal. And the members are team members.
correct, correct. Nice. Thank you so much, Ghanshyam, for responding to the question. That is true, and I completely agree with your point. So that is the collective effort that we talk about. All, each and every small effort, it contributes. Okay. Next is benefits of teamwork. So benefits of teamwork, better results and faster problem solving. So benefits of teamwork, even if you are doing some collective effort, even if you are thinking about your team, there are some benefits which comes with it. So better results, it will definitely contribute to the better results. Team combines skills and ideas, and the outcome is always stronger than what one person could do alone. For example, a content writer plus designer plus marketer is equal to a successful campaign if each and everything is aligns well. So if there is a content writer who writes a great content, and one, if we can completely add a new person who is good in designing the templates or any other thing for the marketing promotion tools, and one person who's good in marketing, who knows the target audience, who knows the algorithms of the marketing, all the combined efforts can be a great successful campaign for an organization. So that is the teamwork, and which ultimately contributes to the better results. Then we have faster problem solving. Different perspectives help solve problems quickly and creatively. So teamwork, it ultimately aligns with whenever we have a group of people, they are from diverse background, they have their own set of ways to solve a problem. So we can see, we can have a different opinions as well as creativity as well. So talking about an example, so Swiggy's tech and operations team worked together to optimize delivery time during peak COVID, and teamwork made it possible. Without the teamwork, they would not have achieved to optimize the delivery time, but with the collective effort, they have solved each and everything in a great way. Next is shared workload. Tasks are divided, reducing pressure and burnout, and less stress is equal to more productivity. So, whenever we have a teamwork, whenever we are in a group, you might have observed in your corporate, or maybe in your startup, or maybe in your school, colleges, or an internship, you might have seen whenever a project is given, it is assigned to a whole team, not to an individual person. So, it means that the workload has been shared to multiple people, and they have their own set of responsibilities to assign, set of responsibilities to do their work, which ultimately leads to less stress and more productivity. They can help each other, but again, they have to focus on their work so that they can remove their errors as well. So there is no stress, no burnout that only an individual needs to work on all the aspect, but it has been divided. The work has been allocated in a efficient manner. Fourth is builds trust and bonds. Working together builds relationship, trust, and respect, the foundation of any great workplace. So it's a fact that teams that trust each other perform 50% better under pressure. So whenever we are in a team, when we work together, it builds relationship, trust and respect. So it's a mutual understanding where the person can rely on others opinion or others ideas, because it's a collective effort. And once you trust each other, and it will help you to perform better, and which gives you a good result. So even it is a factual information that the teams that trust each other, they perform 50% better under pressure, because they know that with the collective effort and with the shared workload, with the trust and bond which they have created, which they have built, can help them to achieve the success. So that is the fourth point. Boost learning. So you grow by learning from your teammates' experiences and strength. For example, in a corporate example, in Infosys, juniors often learn project handling by shadowing experienced team members. So whenever we are in a teamwork, not always happens like only the experienced ones are the good in particular task. Sometimes the junior members or the interns, they bring fresh perspective to the organization. So if a project is assigned, juniors often lead the project handling. Sometimes they shadow the experience of the team members, because nowadays they have a creative ideas, they have creative alternatives which can help them to achieve success, and they can also use their ideas to move further in the organization as well. So that is how it is completely important about the learning aspect. Because if an individual is doing a project, not every time he or she might learn something new. But with the teamwork, it has a lot of benefits because they are learning from each other, they are helping each other, they are learning so many things, and there are so other bonds that they can create, and they can learn from their peers that can help them to draft their professional and personal goals. So, before proceeding, I have a question for you. So now, which of these benefits do you value most in a team? So we have discussed like five benefits, and if you are in a team, which of these benefit do you value most in a team? If you were in a team, and which of the things that you appreciate the most? Anything?
Faster,
Trust. Faster problem solving.
Okay, great, good.
Shared workload.
Shared workload, great. Yes, very, very important. Correct. So these are the importance of benefits. So whenever we have a problem solving, so when we look for a problem solving, it is equally important because we are learning from the people. And if you need to know a particular solution for a particular problem, that these skills needs to be there. So that can be a benefits of teamwork and shared workload, as I have discussed earlier. Like when once you are assigned by the task, or once you have an workload, then it can be allocated to your peers so that you don't have to burn out, you don't have to take an extra pressure for same. So a less work and a allocated and a balanced work can help you to focus more on the productivity part. So that was about the benefits. So now let's talk about the real life example of teamwork. So it's an example of a company which is a Tata Steel, and like what happened, it's a scenario. So when COVID-19 hit, Tata Steel quickly formed a cross-functional teams from HR, safety, medical, and operation to manage employee safety and plant continuity. Medical team handled on-site care, HR arranged transport and support, operations adapted workflow for safety, and everyone coordinated in real time. So during the COVID-19, Tata Steel, they have their lot of team members, and across functional teams, they conducted a virtual meetings with their team members, how they can continue their process, and in consideration with the help of the safety, HR, and the operation, so that they can focus on the safety first, because COVID-19 was a major drawback for each and every company. But they started with the planning, prior planning, and the medical team was handled because it's a steel company, it's a factory where a lot of workers, you can see, they were working on site, and there are so many chances that most of them get infected by COVID-19. But Tata Steel, what they had done is they had sent the medical team, which was on site. They were taking care of the employees. Second would be they also arrange the support and the transport also. So which ultimately improves the operations adapted workflow for the safety concern, and everyone coordinated in real time. So they, with the collective effort, because they were in discussion for several weeks, for several months, and they got the conclusion that with proper protocols, norms, and rules, they can continue with their process. So what was the result in this case study is zero shutdown, smooth operations, and high employee trust, all due to strong teamwork and fast collaboration. So most of the startups or most of the company, they stopped operating at that particular point of time, because they feel that they do not have enough resources, and there was a time of panic. But Tata Steel, what they had do, instead of creating a panic, or instead of thinking about some other ways, they started working on the solution part. They conducted the virtual meetings, they start with the management, they started taking employees consideration, their safety, and they started managing their plant continuity, because their operation is equally important to continue for the success. So this was a time when they had actually worked upon, and it helped them to achieve a good growth in their organization even during the time of COVID. So which shows that Tata Steel, their mission and vision, they always goes ahead, and they always focus on problem solving, which can help them to achieve the success. And how they can achieve the success? Because of the collaborative teamwork. If the people are not convinced enough, they would not have come to the factory, or come to their location, or any other place, because they have created created or they have built the trust from each other that they had actually worked during the time of COVID, and all due to better collaboration and trust level that was given by the Tata Steel and about their work experience when we talk about. So, what helped this team succeed under pressure? So, what do you think about like how they have succeed under pressure and what helped here? And
Their cooperative efforts actually help them.
correct. Cooperative efforts and joint teamwork efforts and trust also. Because of that only, they actually able to collaborate this COVID-19 and other cross-functional teams so that they can move forward. So that was a time, and it shows that how much a teamwork actually plays an important role even in an organization. So some people they even face challenges in a group of 5 or 6 people. So when we were in college or schools, most of us don't like to work in team because we think okay we will work on our own, or maybe we would like to may form a team with our friends only. But if we talk about an organization where there are 1,000 plus or more than 10,000 employees, even if they have collaborated with the team members, which leads to the success. So we can see the importance and how much weightage this teamwork and the trust plays an important role in this today's era. So now let's do an activity. So here is a scenario. So during a team brainstorming session, only English is used, leaving some non-English speakers disengaged. One idea is dismissed quickly without discussion. So there was a discussion between brainstorming session and only the English is used because that is how they use the communication language, medium of language, and they leave some non-English speakers disengaged, and they mostly they engaged with the English one and started with their work. And one idea is dismissed quickly without discussion. So in this, who's being excluded, and how can the team ensure that everyone is heard? What is your opinion in these two questions?
The ones who could not speak English were obviously excluded, and like the team can ensure that everyone is heard by incorporating that various languages, and so that it can help on a cooperation.
Correct. So, who is being excluded here is the non-English speakers, the one who is not comfortable or who doesn't know the English from a non-English background. And how it can be heard, because they have to create an environment, inclusive environment where each and every voice is heard, even in spite of from different background, from different culture, age or gender. Each and everyone should be there so that they can hear the idea, they can listen to the idea and work upon it. So this is the activity that helps us to know like how one aspect is very important. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for the non-English speakers to keep their point and bring something new to the table. So this is only the one aspect that we have discussed here, but there are multiple aspects. Even if we are teamwork, it is important to respect each other and think about the scenarios and think about their opinions, how it can be utilized and how someone can make a better use of it. So these are the pointers that we need to keep in mind. So moving on, but there are barriers to teamwork. Like as we said, every rose has some thorns in it, and every coin has two sides. So yes, we have some barriers as well. And common issues is poor listening. If you are not listening to the team, if you are just saying and if you are just putting your point forward, then it won't be a good teamwork here. Second would be cultural insensitivity. So cultural insensitivity would be the person who biased, who create biasness or who creates a gender discrimination or is or any other thing that they might not accept it. It's again a cultural insensitivity. Even someone from any background, they everyone should be accepted and everyone should be included. Bias or stereotyping, again stereotyping is something which has been followed for like almost a century or almost years ago, so they just wants to follow that irrespective of the ideas that they bring in. Unequal participation, so most of the time what happen is maybe during the teamwork, if the team has been formed by the organization, so some of them individual they think that they know better and they can just do the task on their own and just leaving the team other team member and then allocating some tasks which they can do. So that is again a barrier to it. And lack of shared goals. So teamwork is something when everyone is working together towards a achieved goal, towards one goal here, because everyone is working towards efforts to achieve that goal. And if there are different goals, if there are different sets of personal and professional goals, then it might be challenging for the team to achieve that level. So that are some common issues. An example is in some Indian startup, fast-paced growth can lead to neglecting voices of junior team members or remote workers. So most of the time in startup, what happen is there is a fast-paced growth and there are so many competitors. The wave has been started and it can lead to neglecting voices of junior teams. So most of the time, even when we were intern or even when we were a junior associate in any organization, some of the ideas are neglected by the organization because they think they do not carry an exposure for the same. So it can again leads to a barriers to the teamwork as well. So or the remote worker as well. So whenever there is a meeting or in a board meeting, there are so many people who join from online because they are the people or the employees that are from the across the world. But again, if there is a physical meeting, they usually focus on more on the person who has come on site rather than the person who is on online mode or joined through the laptop or Microsoft Teams. So these are some challenges that some institution or the academy organization they still faces. So these are the barriers, and if it can be improved, so there are if there are errors here and there are barriers, it cannot be eliminated completely, but it can be reduced to some extent. There are no fixed solutions or there are not fixed things that they can be done to reduce that, but there can be things that they can work upon. So, have you seen or experienced any of these barriers in a team and what helped fix it? Any idea?
What is
Ma'am,
like usually
Unequal
like what's the
participation is
common
there
issue?
sometimes
Unequal participation, correct.
because people are participating when they know that not the task and there is a knowledge to them. They have got the skill. They will participate. If they don't have knowledge, they don't have skill. They will not participate. And the goal, one who knows the task has to achieve by that those members only. So instead of that, they should be collaborated and they should be taught. Then a team will form and the work will be faster. Otherwise, work will be delayed.
Correct, correct. Wonderfully answered by Ghanshyam. Thank you so much. It has been, observed in most of the team work. Like it's a good observation that teamwork and unequal participation pointer is happens when there is knowledge gap between the team members, and because that is why they don't participate because they don't know about the project. They don't know about what they are doing and for what purpose they are doing and how it can help them in achieving those goals. So these are the gap and that needs to be reduced by first planning and prioritizing the task, like why the task has been begin and what are the outcomes and what are the other things that needs to be done. So these are some important aspects that needs to be keep in mind for same. So most of the time, even when we were school or when we were in college or maybe in the organization as well, so if there is a topic and some of them are not able to understand it, they don't participate. It's not like they don't want to participate. It's just like there is a knowledge gap there, which is a barrier to them. So before aligning to any project or any other thing, a team should be or project should be briefly explained to all the team members so that they can understand the perspective why it has been assigned in the first place. Then only they can keep their point in a table, because we have a people from diverse background, they have their own set of solving a problem. Some start with their chronological order, some starts with other work. Most of them like to just randomly, or they just like to experiment with some other stuff. Some of them like to do some research work and then do some analysis. And there are some team members, they just like to ask for the advice from the senior members so that they can help them out. And some of them just they like to brainstorm on their own. And these are some other ways, some ways that a individual in a team or in a group of team that can be seen. So this is again a barrier. Most of them we can see in a college or startup. So that was the part here. So and good answer, Ghanshyam. Once again, thank you so much. Okay, so now teamwork part, that was the first phase, and now let's move on to the inclusive collaboration part. So, inclusive collaboration, it means working together in a way where everyone feels heard, respected, and valued, regardless of their background, gender, language, role, or personality. So, inclusive collaboration means that yes, teamwork is a collective effort. If we talk about that, each and every person should create a bond, should trust each other, and they have to work upon their skills. But inclusive collaboration, it means that each and everyone, they have the right to be heard, to be respected and valued. That is the inclusive collaboration from people who are from any background. So the key elements here is all voices matter, not just the loudest or the most senior. Very accurate. So voice matter, absolutely, because most of the time it's not about who is speaking the loudest or who is the most senior. It's about all the equal voice, whether even it's not loud, it should be respected. Because what happen is the people most in a group discussion or in a debate discussion, the people who just they have their louder pitch, they, it seems like they know the best or they know the topic well, but it's not like in each and every case. So all the voices matter, each and every opinion should be heard before proceeding further. Diversity is welcome. Different perspective is equal to better idea. So it is always an added advantage to an organization or to an institution or an academy where you have a diversity. A diverse background helps to bring some fresh ideas, bring fresh perspective and better ideas as compared to the people who are from same background. If, for instance, if we take an example, if there is a project given to the engineer's background, for example, they need to develop a new software tool for an organization for optimizing the delivery time for the riders. But if they need to communicate the same with the onshore clients that is there, or maybe to the other team, so they can lack here because everyone is skilled in developing or maybe doing some coding things, but not everyone is good with the communication. If a people is invited from across the world or inclusive collaboration there, then again they have a mixed team where some is good in doing creativity, some is doing good in the communication part, and some is doing good in their other field. So these are the things which is very important here. And listening is active. Ideas aren't just heard, they are considered. So for not the sake of just listening, or for not just sake of heard, okay, that it is a part of the process that we need to hear the opinions of other people, but it should be considered. Not all the ideas are relevant. We can understand that not every idea can be incorporated in this idea, but most of them ideas should be considered, because listening is something which is very important in terms of any perspective, in terms of any part, not in inclusive collaboration but in a wider scope. If we talk about participation is fair, everyone gets a chance to contribute. So it should not be like that the seniors will speak the first, or maybe the person who have done more projects will lead the conversation or the discussion, or maybe the one who is good in research part will start the most. So everyone gets a chance to contribute, because that is how the teamwork and inclusive collaboration is there. And decisions are shared, collaboration not controlled. So there is a thin line between collaboration and control. Controlling is a one man army where one person is controlling all the central idea, because he or she think believe that they it should be considered, because it should be again not a good practice to be framed. So decisions are shared, collaboration should be there. Maybe they can just frame an idea where each and every opinions are there. So during the times of interview, for instance, so they may ask you, like in a teamwork, if there is a conflict between two people, and if the people are not agreeing with your opinion or maybe any other, how will you resolve that? This is a common question asked in interview or maybe in other platform as well. So that is how they check your accessibility, they check your presence of mind, how you as an individual can include these and how it can help you to improve those areas, and that can help them to make a good candidate. If someone who is not good in teamwork, who's on a project requires a good teamwork, then how will they able to communicate well, how will they able to persuade the other team members? Because not every time your senior managers or the team leader will come in handy. So these are the examples that are the elements that are very, very important of inclusive collaboration. So if we talk about an example, Wipro runs international programs like Women of Wipro, and Wipro Pride to ensure inclusivity across teams, encouraging open dialogue, shared leadership, and diverse hiring. So they run internal programs. So Wipro is an organization, and Women of Wipro and Wipro Pride to ensure that every person have the right to say and right to share their opinions, which encourages open dialogue, shared leadership, and diverse hiring. So most of the time in an organization, they have their new creative ways of hiring people from the people who are from diverse background, and they encourage open dialogue session, diverse hearing, and leadership activities which can promote the inclusive collaboration. Even if you know there are certain rules that have been released maybe in the corporate government or in other things, that you need to have a inclusive collaboration hiring in your process. It is important to maintain that ratio, just as we have the ratio of males and females, they have the ratio of other aspects as well, which is very important. So that is how inclusive collaboration is very important, and that is why companies like Wipro, they have already started with their uh, internal hiring and programs like Women of Wipro and this Women Pride. Wipro Pride. So, Women of Wipro, again, from the term, we can understand that it is basically about the women's here, so that they can share about their ideas, they can just create an environment where everyone can listen to that. So, inclusive communication tips, let's talk about. So, rotate who leads discussion, so everyone gets a chance to guide. So what does it mean is, so whenever there is a discussion here, so in a discussion or maybe in a team meetings or in any other, everything should be rotated. Like if there are members of 10 or 12 members, each and every person should be asked about their opinions regarding the project that is assigned, so that it can lead to discussion and gets a creative ideas from them and they can work on that accordingly. Check in with quieter members. A simple what do you think can make a big difference. So there are so many people and most of them they don't like to speak because they're not comfortable, or maybe there are things which are not very they are not very familiar with. Again, that is maybe a lack of knowledge or a communication gap or any other thing. So a simple what do you think, maybe asking them something, they can answer that their opinions about it. They can let the team know that okay, that is the point or that is the information that they think about is correct or not. So even if we are checking the quieter members, it still makes a difference because they feel that they are actually included in a project like this. Acknowledge ideas from all, not just the ones you agree with. So acknowledgement is very important. That means that if someone has shared their opinions, it's not no, it's not just heard, it's just listened by the senior members or the team members. So acknowledgement is very important, not just the ones we agree with. Even if there are pointers, even if they give a simple solution or a common solution, each and everyone should be appreciated so that they can get motivated to think about outside of the box. Use simple, clear language, avoid jargon or overly technical terms. So, not everybody is from the same background, and the technical terms, if we talk about, and if we use too many other technical terms that are not familiar with the other person or the other team members, then again, it might be a communication barrier here. So, if you would like to want a inclusive communication here, you just need to use a simple, clear language in a language where everyone is able to understand your perspective. In a language, in a diverse country like India, we have a lot of languages, and each and every language, each and every vocabulary can be enhanced. Is same similarly in English, similarly in any other languages as well. So a simple clear language can help them to know understand the better perspective of a business here. Offer translation or visual aids helps everyone follow along, especially in multilingual teams. So what happen is they're not everyone, if we talk about an inclusive collaboration, uh, offer translation is also important. If there are communication there, if they speak other language apart from the language the team know, there should be a translation, so that translator, so that they can able to understand their perspective better. or visual aids, maybe someone who has some disability or the person with like disabled thing, they can just, the organization can help them to provide enough support so that they can understand the project or understand the discussion that they know about. So translation, maybe in any help, any support that can be given to the team members so that they can understand it, it is a part of a inclusive communication. So if we talk about an example here, real life example of Wipro. So Wipro offers communication training for new hires, focusing on inclusive language, active listening, and engaging respectfully with teams across Indians' diverse region and culture. So it offers communication training for new hires because Wipro, they have their international clients. So because of the international clients, they have their, because if we talk about a foreigners, a person who is living or who is operating their business onshore, they have their own accent. The English we speak is an Indian accent. So that is why they give trainings to the new hires about the communication. The one we say and the one they say, there is a difference between, even if it's the same language, it's English only, but the accent and the voice modulation is far different from the people who lives onshore. So they're focusing on inclusive language and active listening, and they engaging respectfully with teams. So again, it's a crucial part of the process across the diverse region and culture. So it has certain things that needs to be followed. Active listening is also a part, and engaging respectfully and focusing on inclusive language as well. So it shows that the organization is actually doing some collaborative efforts for the organization, for the people out there. Just a second. For the people out there so that they can engage respectfully and across the diverse region and culture. So that is why inclusive communication tip is important. And how to promote inclusive collaboration here? So, mix team intentionally, combine people with different skills, roles, genders, and cultural backgrounds, create space for all to contribute. So, if you need to promote this inclusive collaboration, it is very important to mix teams intentionally. Not like we know that these people are best or they can work up better, but mixed teams so that they can get the diverse, different skills, roles, and gender and culture. If there is a team and everyone is included from different perspective, then they can actually bring something fresh to the table, and they can also learn from each other, and they can also know like what happens in their department, what are their experiences that they can implement it. Create space for all to contribute. Again, a space is very important. Use small group discussion, anonymous polls, or take turns speaking. So again, a space should be given, like maybe a polls, maybe anonymous polls about the person we don't know who has who responded the answer with a yes or no, or who has briefed the answer. Or take turns speaking while whenever a person is speaking or whenever a person is doing something, so they can know about that. It is very important for them. And use small group discussions. Again, this small group discussion helps to promote listening. Engagement is there, active listening is there, listening of the opinions, shared values is also there. And reward collaboration, not just result. Appreciate teams that support one another, not just the one who deliver individually. So appreciate teams that support one another, not about the individually. If we talk about again a teamwork, a collaboration should be there. A award is presented to a team, not just an individual. So the appreciation should be divided among all the team members that is there. It goes, their award and appreciation or in recognition goes straight away to the team and not just an individual person, because teamwork, again, it's a collective effort. Train for bias awareness, help teams to reflect on hidden biases and become more mindful in collaboration. So an organization can help team to reflect on the hidden biases and become more mindful in collaboration, because we live in a dynamic environment. Not everyone is open to inclusive collaboration, but a system should be there, a balanced approach should be there so that they can actually create a inclusive collaboration among the team members, and they are more mindful in collaboration. So which of these strategies could improve your current team or classroom setup? Any
Create
idea?
space for you.
Yes. Create space for all to contribute. Again, if very, very important pointer. Thank you for responding. So here, creating space for everyone is important, because if you want someone to get included, you should know like what are their views, what are their opinions about the same, so that they know that you are included or they are included in that particular collaboration. So that is why it is equally important for them to know here. So if
Then
it yes
mixing the team, having
yes
different uh, knowledge, different skill, different uh, so that a um, broader picture is available from each
correct
and every member.
correct Completely agree with your point. Mixing team is equally important because it helps the people to come out from their comfort zone, so they can think differently, so they can think about different perspective as well. So it is equally important if we mix the team and then we know about their opinion as well. So that can help them to encourage the conversation, and a team can have anyone. There is no fixed age bar. There is no fixed profession or no fixed position or no fixed designation here. So team helps them to understand better about the team members before the project. So even before the project is assigned, it is very important for a team members to know each other so that they can reach out, they can ask for the guidance, they can seek some other things as well. So, if we talk about an example here, so Tata Steel promotes inclusive collaboration through employee resource groups, diverse hiring, and team building programs that connect individuals from various backgrounds and levels. So, Tata Steel is a big organization, and they use inclusive collaboration, employee resource groups when they hire, and in their hiring process, they have a diverse hiring, and there are so many team building programs that they usually conduct so that they can connect the individual from diverse backgrounds and other levels. So that is the initiative taken by the Tata Steel. Example next is Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra created a Rise for Inclusion initiative where employees from different genders, age group, departments, and region collaborate on social impact project. So they have also created a project which is known for the Rise for Inclusion, where from every gender, from different gender, from any age groups or departments and region collaborate on social impact projects. So teams are intentionally diverse, as we just spoke about, and they receive inclusive training before project kickoff, and efforts are recognized publicly in internal town halls as well. So Mahindra again, they have the Rise for Inclusion, and they receive inclusive training before the project kickoff, because so that they understand the team members. Once you know that okay, that is the person you're going to work in the next 5 or 6 months or maybe an year, it is very important for us to know about the things as well. Efforts are recognized publicly in internal town as well, so whenever there is a meeting or whenever there is something, so they can actually recognize the internal town hall as well. So traits of inclusive team member is four characteristics of inclusive leadership as well. A leadership should be important and it should be incorporated in the projects: trust building, healthy conflict, collective decision making, promoting collaboration. So trust is the foundation of inclusive teams. So trust is very important, and leaders who are transparent and vulnerable can foster a sense of belonging and security. A good leader is one who actually replaces I with we and who actually focuses on making a better place for the other team members. Healthy conflict, inclusive leaders, they welcome disagreement, knowing that diverse viewpoints leads to more innovative solutions. So there are many pointers. Maybe in a group discussion, not everyone can. Focus on, not everyone is right, or maybe not everyone can agree with that point, but that doesn't mean it is wrong. So maybe they have the diverse opinion, they have their own set of beliefs which they usually follow, and instead of just pointing out, they can just create an environment, they can just listen to the opinion that have been shared with them, and then they can think about what innovative or what alternative they can talk about. Third, we talk about collective decision making. Inclusive leaders ensure every voice is heard and actively work towards decision that reflect the input of the entire team. So collective decision making is very important. Not a one person should take the decision for a whole team member. A team members or a group can consist of a lot of members, maybe 12, 30, 20 plus. So inclusive leaders, they ensures every voice is heard and actively work towards decision that reflect the input of the entire team. A good leader, a good perspective, or a good person should take the consideration of all the ideas and should understand like what all should be can be done and can be incorporated within a team. Promoting collaboration, diversity in perspective is key, but so is the ability to weave those perspective and create unified solution. Again, promoting collaboration is again it's an important, and diversity again it's a key, and his ability to understand the perspective, creative and unified solution is equally important. Unified solutions are the one which are the solution that has been formed by the different perspective and they have just created as a whole. So that is a unified solution in respect to the decision that they have talked about. So some characteristics are equally important, and what do you think, which one do you already have and which one will you work upon?
Healthy conflict.
Hmm.
If a group is having a conflict with other group, the leader's responsibility to resolve the conflict in a faster manner so that work is not stopped.
Correct. So healthy conflict again equally important here. Again, if there are no disagreements, if everyone is agreeing to the first point, that means either they have understood everything or they have understood nothing. So a healthy conflict should be there where each and everything should be respected towards a goal here, so that they can understand their perspective and they can understand what the person and from which background he or she is coming from. It is equally important here. So these are some pointers that can help them to become characteristics of a inclusive leadership. Okay. So when we listen and celebrate, when we listen and celebrate what is both common and different, we become wiser, more inclusive, and better as a team. So, when we listen, we celebrate the common different points, and we become wiser and we become more inclusive and better as a team. And inclusion starts with you, and every action, every voice, and every effort, it all matters. So, here is the picture which shows that from people from all the background, be an old, disabled, a person who is from different background, they're all welcome to like keep their voices on the table and they can bring fresh perspective as well. So that is from my end, and if anyone has any questions, let me know so that we can have a discussion over that topic. Any question, any other thing that you would like to ask?
Some,
Okay. Yes.
Sometimes the social responsibility is very much there because whatever we produce in the factory, the raw material comes from the society and the goods goes to the society. The responsibility therefore lies towards the society. So society should also be included when we take certain decisions. We should take care of society outside also.
Correct. So, society indeed plays an important role, especially when in any aspect. If I talk about maybe outside the factory, inside the factory, because society is what they, because even if there are startups, business, organization, society is the one who is building up. They are the one who encourages people. They are the they are the one who is actually doing the effort, and they're actually one who takes the right decision, be it in government, be in any other sector. So it is important that every society, in consideration of the fact that society is equally important, and they should we should keep we should actually maybe if we launch a new product, it should be there, and it should be from the person like they actually know about. Like for example, if there is a new product, they can just release some surveys from, so that they can know like what they think about the new project. Maybe like trying or experimenting in some target areas or in a section, so that we know about it. So again, completely agree with you. In inclusive collaboration, each and every, even the society also plays an important part here.
I am giving one example of our Rameshwaram Setu. When Prabhu Ram started building the bridge, the Gilhari's contribution was also recognized by Ram, by Bhagwan Ram. That Gilharis had also contributed. So, effort of individual is very important.
Correct. efforts are indeed an important. And if we talk about an example, great example, again, I completely agree with the point. Again, each for me, like each and everything is interlinked and interconnected. And not if we focus on one point, maybe we can miss out on the other point as well. So I believe some things are very better and some things should be keep in mind even while proceeding with any other projects or any other thing that we do in life, not in professionally but personally as well. Okay.
So, on behalf of Organization Committee, I would like to sincerely thank Ms. Arleen Kaur, our understanding speaker today. We had the chance to hear a fantastic thought provoking conversation about teamwork and inclusive collaboration. Key takeaways like inclusive fosters creativity, teamwork boosts results, and empathy is essential for leadership. Thank you once more for participating in today's webinar. You can reach us by phone, email. If you have any question, we are pleased to offer you further assistance.